Welcome to Catholic Views. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. On today's show, we have Father Sean Haggerty back with us in the studio to tell us about his call to the priesthood, that story, and how he came to be here and how things are going. I think we talk about that. I don't remember now.
Wow.
We'll find out. We did the interview a little while ago. So
there's a lot of stories within stories.
There was. Yes,
okay.
You're right. Okay.
That was totally like that coming up next on Catholic Views. That was totally set up for you. I was like, she's going to give like the radio like next.
No,
All right.
not at all. You know me. I can't do that. I can't do it.
We
that
need to hear
well.
like a good radio announcer voice out of you sometime.
I don't think I have that.
You can. It's a skill you can acquire.
Okay. As you know, we always have Dr. Chris Bergwald first with Biblical Bites with Dr. B. He was going to say, I'm clicking my pen. I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't even notice this time. Surprisingly,
probably
because
noticed.
I always harassed you about it. So, Renee, thank you very much for that announcy introduction.
Yes, you bet.
What's today, Renee?
Okay. So it is the 16th Sunday in Ordinary Time, I hope, because I don't think there's any holidays or anything coming up or liturgical dates or anything.
Yeah, actually, we have one coming up in a few weeks here. This year, just to briefly anticipate, mid-August, the 15th falls on a Sunday.
See, there's a holy day.
Yeah, so the Assumption falls on
Yes,
Sunday.
yes.
The Assumption
It had to be coming soon.
the Assumption of Jesus into heaven. So.
It's Mary, isn't it?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
it is. Just
Bill's
testing.
like, will she know? Will she know? I know.
Okay. So the second reading today, and this started. So the second reading. Remember, Renee, what have we learned about the second reading at the Sundays at Mass?
It's usually from the New Testament.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, the Apostles. Second reading. Bill, help me.
What? She's making many statements and asking questions.
Oh, what is it? I don't know. It's going to be It's usually been Corinthians lately.
It has been. We switched to a different
To
one.
Ephesians.
But it's
Oh my gosh.
wow. Yes. Bill gets one more, yet another gold
My
star.
gold star
The
on my
wall
wall
behind
over
Bill,
here.
folks, is just covered with gold stars. Ephesians, but the second reading at Mass is always it's semi-continuous.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So so the other readings, the Psalm, first reading, Psalm, Gospel are usually thematic, somehow connected. But the second we're usually taken on a tour through one of the New Testament epistles. So we have been in 2 Corinthians, but starting last week, we didn't talk about this last week, but we've now moved on to Paul's letter to the Ephesians.
Okay.
So who do you think are the Ephesians, Renee?
They're from Ephesus.
Yes. All right, let's just start there. Gold star for Renee.
I got one.
One. You got one. You have to start somewhere.
Right.
So what do you know about Ephesus, Renee?
Very little.
Anything?
Was it in Greece?
Close. It was across the Aegean Sea. Now, where's the Aegean Sea?
That's between Italy and Greece.
Very close.
Okay, I don't know.
So it's actually so Ephesus is on the western shore of what is now Turkey. So the western side of what is now Turkey.
Okay.
The province of Galatia, which we also know from the New Testament, province of Galatia. So it's on the western shore of modern day Turkey, and it was about the size of Sioux Falls, 250,000 people.
Okay.
Major metropolis.
There you go.
There we go. I had the wrong syllable emphasized. A major metropolis in Asia Minor during the Roman Empire. So this was a major city. So St. Paul visited Ephesus numerous times, stayed there. We read it in Acts of the Apostles. This is where there was Demetrius, I think is his name. He was a blacksmith or silversmith. He instigates a riot against Paul in Ephesus because Paul was telling people, stop worshiping idols. Well, again, what does this guy do? He makes things out of metal.
Well, sure. Of course he's going to start a riot
all my
against
business
him.
is drying up here because this Jewish guy from wherever is telling people to stop worshiping up. They're not buying my idols.
Right.
So he stirred up a riot against Paul.
If he would have been thinking about it, he could have made Mary statues instead. Sorry, that was inappropriate. Go.
So that's where Ephesus is. So people who live in Ephesus are called Ephesians. At least that's how we put it in English. So later when Paul is imprisoned in Rome, he writes his letter to the Ephesians. And he goes into a lot of detail. It's about the mystery of Jesus Christ. The theme of the church is really important. But I just want to highlight again that Paul is so there's some background to the letter to the Ephesians about the city of Ephesus, but for us today, just a reminder that our leaders always remember us. So Paul's writing his letter to the Ephesians because he'd been present to them. He's mindful of them, and he wants to teach them. And just as he teaches us today, it's just a little bit about the letter to the Ephesians.
We'll learn more about that, I'm sure.
Yes,
Thanks, Dr. B.
You bet.